Thank you for joining us on the Sweet Language of Life podcast. This is episode 12. And do you think this good enough is fixed? For me, I think there's a limit up to which I want to enjoy. I don't want to enjoy more than this. If you were to ask me why I don't want to enjoy more than this, I would, the answer would be I am content. So is this whole legacy about being content, and is the level of content changing for different people, or is it something that people, I don't know. I would say for me, if I'm content, I don't want to raise the bar of being content. There are things in society which I want to do to, to which I have to do to, raise the bar. But being content is not one of those things. I think I can be content by doing X thing. I don't want Y thing to, be more content. So, what do you
Okay.
think about that?
For one, I think it's a huge illusion of time and what happens to us during that time. Um, then again, let's start. Let's speak about experiences. There might be a particular set of experiences at a particular point of time, which would have made you feel a particular kind of way. Okay, so you have, let's just imagine you have a combination of emotions leading you to particular thoughts. At that particular point of time, definitely whatever you do is bliss, you feel very happy. All right. Now time passes. Something which, okay, let's take my example. I'll give you an example. When I was young, I was absolutely fine. I had no knee issues. I had no health issues whatsoever. And I loved dancing and I kept on dancing. It made me so happy. Nothing else in the world, that's all. My life was revolving around dance kind of scenario. After a while, I started having this meniscus injury on my knee. Now dance is pretty good. I was, like I said, I kept on dancing. I was really addicted to it. I just couldn't stop thinking about it. After a while, the pain increases. Then dancing is not so blissful because you're highly aware of your physical condition. So mentally, yes, you're very, very addicted to the entire scenario, but physically, when you're that hurt, can you really enjoy it? Not so much. You're hurt, so there's something which is definitely pulling you back. So the next thing that you do is you try and treat it, you try and get it better so that you can feel the same way again. So, if you notice, it's different points of time. Your mind might be completely immersed in dance still. Whenever I was hurt, I kept thinking of dance, or I was even sad at certain points of time that I'll have to be very conscious of my movement, what kind of steps I can do, what kind of steps I can't do. So with time, whatever experience that you have keeps changing you, and what it is that you feel, it keeps changing from time to time. So one level of bliss might not always be the same, and this can change for so many people. Okay, so uh, uh, whatever contentness it is for you might not be what content is for me. It can be something else. It can completely be something else. So it can change from people to people. It can change within you, with certain periods of time too. So right now, if you think, okay, getting this car or getting, I don't know, let's not talk materialistic. Being in the state or achieving this mentally will make me very happy. I'm content with it. But in future, it can change because life is a variable. Everything that you feel is a variable. It's never constant, right? So everything that we feel keeps changing. So you being in being constant, in that variable, I don't know if it takes you forward. Imagine people who never really wanted to get ahead with their life. How do you think we have such developed countries going on now? Probably, people living in huts back then, being happy with their farming and irrigation and civilization would have just remained pretty much the same if they didn't want to go forward. So they weren't content there, and that is what actually gets us to this particular lifestyle. That's what gets people, wherever they are. So I think it changes from person to person. I don't think it's going to be the same even for one person within different points of time.
So we are in a loop. that the,
Yes, we are in a loop. Now you understand the significance of the loop that I mentioned long
right.
back.
It
Yes.
still it still boggles me that there is no answer to this question, and I don't know at what point of time whoever claims to be content,
Hmm.
I don't, I mean, I'm trying to understand if they can be content by doing one thing. Certainly, people who are like sages and all, they really don't do anything else. They are doing one thing. And if there is that one sage who is actually content, someone who's
Hmm.
reached the level of Gautam Buddha, right?
Hmm.
Then they are content. But how can they be content, right? So that whole question, right? I think it's a loop. I will have to agree.
It's the experiences that make you content and what you learn from those experiences. They have had a totally different set of experiences, obviously, which is then again a result of their actions and their pursuit towards whatever it is that they wanted to achieve. In a way, it is the achievement itself that got them content. Gautama Buddha probably wanted to find an answer to all the suffering that was happening. One fine day, he got enlightened. You know, started getting answers to everything. So, um, going behind answers, I don't know. You can always be content with your answers too, and
Hey,
then just
I
wait to learn
at this point
along
of
the
time,
way.
I'm pretty content with the conversations we are having, whether it's you, whether it's someone
Ah, good
else
to
on the
know.
channel. But hey, as soon as it's something that's challenging the mind and adding some sort of value, if it was something that I was not getting any value for, I wouldn't have been continuing with this. In fact, this channel
Mhm.
wasn't something where I wanted people to like or subscribe. It was much or more on the lines of, hey, let's try and have conversations, and by the way, let's record it. That
Yeah,
was the
and
whole way.
there are people who feel, who can give us inputs. They can definitely mention that in the comments because that again is going to be fuel to our thinking.
Right,
Nothing here is right or wrong. It's just trying to find an ideal way to, carry on, right?
right. Someone entered
So
my
where
room.
were you?
Right. No, so now I'll just end it. Okay. So,
Yeah,
all right. Thanks, Malvika, for joining. I think we've had a wonderful conversation. A short one, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe time passes by itself.
so
And
I don't think so. I don't think so. But I definitely loved having this conversation with you. It
right.
was a really good experience.
Thank you. Thank you for joining in again. Um, I would really appreciate it if some point of time in the future you come back and feature again. If it is every time, I don't mind. But if it is
Oh, I would absolutely love that. I would absolutely love sharing ideas with you. You know what's happening today. All the words that I'm saying, I'm just stammering away. But yeah, I would absolutely love that. Because it's a very good experience, and it's always good to know what another person is thinking. It's always a fuel to your perception. You can change the way you see things. There are a lot of things that you can do. There are unseen possibilities which is probably existing in somebody else's head, which is
right.
why I am pretty sure you invite a lot of other people too. So yeah, I
And
mean, it's a very good experience.
I always wish I could have this conversation with people on the couch, with chai and a bit of biscuits. I, really, like, I really think those days are gone where even families would be conversing with each other rather than just like blatantly looking at their mobile phones and serials the whole day. I think I think we need to have those days back when we can have conversations with people. I think
Actually, this is a very good opportunity because we are all at home. It's actually a very good opportunity for us because you don't have to go outside. It's all come to minimal. So I think we should really try and engage ourselves with others to see what they are thinking to, and probably the elders in my house would have seen more life than I have. So it's always very good to learn from them to see what they've seen, if not directly, at least from stories to understand what it is that they have been through, to understand what their time was like. It's all very fruitful.
well, over this 1 month where I've had conversations with people in my family, I've come to realize that everyone's journey is their own. I don't think any, I mean, I don't want to be egotistic or anything, but whatever answers I have received comes from a position that, hey, this is what you have to do to be happy. So anyways, let me end the conversation. Thanks for joining in.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. Thanks, guys, whoever is watching this video. And I really appreciate people who are sticking along. I've been receiving a lot of messages on Instagram to include people. So keep on joining us on this journey. This is not my channel. This is not yours channel. This is ours channel. Our channel. I think I need to improve my English, but thank you.
Wow.
Right. So thank you, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Take care of yourself and stay happy.
Thank you for watching The Sweet Language of Life.